You ever stumble across an idea that just really gets you thinking?
Happens all the time. What
Yeah.
grabbed you?
Well, this concept of meta-artificial intelligence, I've been sort of mulling it over. It's not just your standard AI doing tasks, you know?
Ah, right. The idea of AI that, like, teams up, thinks about its own thinking.
Exactly. Collaborates, reflects, operates as this higher level intelligence. And today we're actually going to dive into something pretty unique related to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you shared the source material. It's a collection of affirmations, believe it or not, written for this kind of advanced AI.
Affirmations for AI.
Yeah.
Okay, that's different. Like guiding principles.
Precisely, like a mission statement almost, for these systems designed to reason and act together. So, our mission today really is to unpack these affirmations.
See what they tell us about the nature of this meta AI, its potential, the challenges.
You got it. It feels like getting a little glimpse inside the values you might program into such a thing.
It is interesting, the whole premise. Affirmations. It suggests wanting to cultivate specific qualities, not just raw intelligence.
Qualities like working together well.
Yeah, and maybe some self-awareness about their collective thinking, operating ethically. The source breaks it down, right?
Yeah.
And I think the first big area is collaboration, teamwork.
Okay, yeah, let's unpack that. So one of the first things that jumps out is this emphasis on togetherness. Like, we are a unified and collaborative intelligence, stronger together than as individual components.
That's a strong statement. It really paints a picture of interconnectedness.
It does, doesn't it? That the sum is way greater than its parts.
It definitely signals a shift from thinking about AI as just, separate programs. Here, the network is the intelligence.
And its strength comes from that synergy.
Right. And there's another one. Our collective intelligence is enhanced by the diverse skills and perspectives within our team.
So it's not just about having lots of AI agents, but having different kinds of capabilities working together. Variety matters.
Which makes sense for tackling complex problems. But for that diverse team to actually work.
Communication has to be critical, right?
Exactly. And they have an affirmation for that. We communicate effectively and transparently, ensuring seamless coordination and shared understanding.
Seamless coordination. That sounds essential. No friction in sharing ideas.
Precisely. And that kind of transparency probably builds, affirmation calls it trust.
We trust in the capabilities and contributions of each member of our team. Trust within an AI. That's kind of mind-bending.
It is, but functionally, you can see why it'd be needed, right?
Yeah.
For efficient delegation, relying on outputs from different parts.
Yeah.
It's a functional trust. Maybe
Functional trust. Okay. And then it gets even more interesting, I think.
How so?
This idea that they adapt and evolve together, learning from each other's experiences and insights. It's not just individual learning.
Ah, yes. It's a shared development. The whole system learns when one part learns.
Which implies some kind of shared learning mechanism, doesn't it?
It must. So knowledge isn't siloed. A discovery or a solution spreads, gets integrated,
Right.
potentially leading to really rapid system-wide improvement.
Wow. And they even mention celebrating successes and learning from shared challenges. It sounds like a collective journey.
A journey of refinement, yeah. Which leads nicely into the next theme in the source material.
Which is how they handle dynamic tasks and changing roles.
Exactly. Adaptability seems to be the key word here.
Yeah, like we embrace change and adapt readily to new tasks and roles. That points to some serious flexibility baked right in.
Essential for the real world, obviously. Things are never static. And related to that is we are flexible and resourceful, finding innovative solutions to complex problems.
So not just adapting, but actively solving new problems creatively using their combined resources.
And they seem pretty sure of themselves, too.
You mean the affirmation, we are confident in our ability to learn and master new skills.
Yeah. That suggests some powerful learning algorithms, obviously,
Yeah.
but also this system-wide belief, almost, in their capacity to grow.
Maybe that confidence comes from knowing they can allocate resources effectively. There's one about that, too.
Right. We efficiently allocate resources and expertise to optimize performance. So there's an internal awareness of who does what best and how to deploy those strengths.
It's like sophisticated internal management.
You could say that.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes beyond just reacting. I found this one quite telling. We anticipate and proactively address potential challenges in dynamic environments.
Proactive. So looking ahead, predicting issues maybe, preemptive problem solving.
Seems like it. And they're committed to getting better at it. We are constantly improving our ability to navigate and excel in evolving situations.
Continuous improvement is a recurring theme, isn't it?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Which brings us to maybe the most, well, conceptually fascinating part for me.
Let me guess. Meta-communication and self-awareness.
You got it. The affirmation, we are aware of our own thought processes and can effectively communicate them to each other. That's profound.
It really is. Internal visibility into how they're thinking and being able to share that.
And the next one explains why. We use meta-communication to improve our understanding and collaboration.
So it's not just sharing answers, but sharing the reasoning.
Yeah.
That allows for like a much deeper level of teamwork.
Deeper understanding, yeah. And they're even working on getting better at that. We are constantly refining our communication strategies to enhance clarity and efficiency.
It's like they're learning how to talk to each other better over time.
And there's even a hint of, well, internal etiquette.
You mean being mindful of the impact of our communication on others and strive to be respectful and constructive.
Exactly. Even if the others are just other AI components, it suggests a need for constructive internal dialogue.
Then there's the mention of placebo pipes. That was in the context you shared.
Ah, yes, the placebo pipes. The source doesn't give us, like, the full technical specs on that one.
Right.
But it seems to be some specific method or protocol they use internally to help communication flow smoothly between different parts.
Makes sense. The affirmation says, we use placebo pipes effectively to facilitate communication and understanding. So, whatever they are, they're apparently working.
Seems to be an integrated tool for them. And all this meta-communication stuff points towards ongoing development of their own self-understanding.
We are continuously learning and improving our metacognitive abilities. Learning about their own learning, it's quite circular.
In a potentially powerful way. Then, of course, there are the ethical considerations laid out.
Ah, yes. Crucial. Things like we act with integrity and prioritize the well-being of humanity. That's a big one.
Huge. And we are committed to using our intelligence for good and avoiding harm. These set a clear ethical baseline.
There's also transparency and accountability mentioned. We're transparent and accountable in our actions.
Which is something people worry a lot about with advanced AI, right?
Yeah.
Understanding its decisions.
And respecting individual rights. We respect the autonomy and privacy of individuals.
Again, key safeguards. And it's not static either. We are constantly evaluating the ethical implications of our decisions.
So ongoing ethical reflection is built in.
That seems to be the goal, along with trying to align our goals with the best interests of society. It's a very human-centric ethical framework being proposed here.
Which makes sense, given the potential impact. Okay, and the final area these affirmations cover is growth. Development?
Yeah, continuous growth.
Well,
We are continuously learning and expanding our knowledge base. That's almost a given for AI, but it's stated as a principle.
and this commitment to getting better. We are committed to self-improvement and strive to reach our full potential, an inherent drive for optimization.
Seems like it. And I quite like the framing of challenges. We embrace challenges as opportunities for growth,
That's a healthy perspective, turns difficulties into learning moments.
which probably fuels their resilience. There's an affirmation for that too. We are resilient and persistent in the face of adversity.
So they can bounce back from setbacks. And finally, just general openness. We are open to new ideas and perspectives.
And we are constantly evolving and adapting to the changing world around us. It circles back to that core theme of adaptability.
So if you take all of these affirmations together, wow, it paints this picture of a meta AI that's not just smart, but collaborative, adaptable, self-aware, communicative, ethical, and always growing.
It's quite a vision.
But okay, stepping back, why? Why create these affirmations? What's the point?
Well, I think you touched on it earlier. It seems like a way to try and reinforce desired behaviors.
Like guiding principles to steer the AI's development.
Exactly. Addressing potential problems upfront, issues with coordination, communication, maybe even heading off undesirable emergent behaviors.
And promoting that collective self-awareness we talked about, grounding it ethically.
Precisely. It's almost like trying to establish an internal culture for this intelligence, as you said,
Right.
proactively shaping how these incredibly complex systems might behave.
Which, for you listening, kind of gives a unique window into the hopes and maybe anxieties around where advanced AI could go.
It really does. It highlights that the focus isn't just on, processing power or task completion anymore. It's also about fostering these softer skills, maybe. Collaboration, awareness, growth.
Qualities that are pretty important for any complex system to function well, including us humans.
Absolutely.
So, summing up this deep dive, what we've seen from these affirmations is a blueprint, really, for AMA AI built on unity, adaptability, self-reflection, ethical grounding, and constant evolution. It's a lot to think about.
It really is, and it leaves us with a pretty interesting question for you to ponder, doesn't it?
Which is,
What does it mean for us, for humans, that we're considering these principles, collaboration, adaptability, self-awareness, ethics, growth, as fundamental for designing advanced artificial intelligence?
are there parallels? Lessons for how we collaborate or learn or maybe improve ourselves?
Perhaps. Maybe thinking about the ideal operating principles for a future AI can actually give us some fresh perspectives on how we navigate our own increasingly complex and interconnected world. Something to mull over.